So I was talking to a founder. This is an early stage founder, and he has a startup, and it's not a big brand yet, but I think it's got like 10, 20 customers. But it's by no means it's a very well established, huge brand in tech. But his question to me was, KP, I already feel like I told my story or the company's, story, the narrative, and sort of shared a few origin story bits, and especially on Twitter and LinkedIn. And he was going, I just feel like, I've kind of saturated everybody with my story. And I was like, you kidding me? Persuasion requires repetition. There's this great David Ogilvy quote that says, you're not advertising to a standing army, you're advertising to a moving parade. Social media is like an ocean. So if you posted something that was, let's say, insightful last Thursday, nobody remembers today, right? Like that post, it's highly unlikely that somebody even cared about it the day after. Forget about a week after. So you have to constantly be present. And I'm not saying you have to like burn out and be hooked to the machine, but you can't just rely on one great post that happened 8 days ago. Like Nike and Coke don't stop advertising because practically everybody on the planet know who they are, right? Like Nike doesn't need to advertise anymore. Like Coke doesn't need to advertise anymore. Like everybody in the world knows who they are and what they are about, yet they do that. So that's called staying top of mind. It's a very, very important tenet in advertising, which is you have to stay top of mind for your customers, on their day, right? So the same thing with this founder. So I told him, like, you have to bring back the messages or repurpose them or re-narrate them from a different lens. And there's so many angles you can approach a certain message or talk about something else that might be valuable to your customers. But you can't like bank on something that you did 8 days ago and expect someone else some new customer to come in through the door today. So think about that. Think about Nike and Coke. And also the funny thing is, like, both of those brands are actually brands with $1 billion budgets. And so if you're a newbie, a rookie, or an early stage founder with a smaller brand, you have to fight even more to stay relevant and stay top of mind because you're competing with $1 billion budgets. It's possible to stay top of mind by adding value for sure, but if it's definitely not possible if you're sitting on the sidelines. No one else is going to market your story for you. No one else is going to move the needle and build marketing momentum for you. You got to do it.